Ready to go racing on the dirt of Bristol, the high banks. And Martin Truex Jr. is going to lead us to the green flag for 125 laps. Stages 30, 30, 65. We're on the way from Bristol dirt here as we head down into turn one immediately. Kyle Larson takes the lead. I am joined, as usual, by Fast Cook Live on Twitch. Jay Cook up here in the booth. Jay, the first and only time this year that we go dirt racing here in the Cup Series, and every time we've come here, 2 times so far in NR2003, it is guaranteed chaos. It's a messy race. It's really just a survival kind of race here in NR2003, and I expect the exact same thing here tonight.
Yeah, I expect the exact same thing as well. I think that we're going to see, once again, a lot of wrecking, a lot of crashing, a lot of caution laps. I think for sure the first year I believe we ran this, we had more caution laps than we had green flag laps. I think the same thing last year too. I know we struggled a lot last year to get a good long green flag run in, and so far, Gary, I think, coming to the third lap clean this time, we've seen a couple cars get in the wall, but honestly 3 laps clean at this point. A little bit surprising. We've seen a couple of bits of 3 wide, a little bit of cars in the wall, but so far everybody just running top to bottom, and that's about it. 3 wide. Keselowski sliding up right there, actually almost turned around the 16 of Allmendinger, but they got away with it. And just again, Gary, no incidents yet. 7 laps in. I think I did not expect to see a total of 7 green flag laps consecutive in this race. We've already gone 7 laps green so far.
Right now, looking very good for that number 24. We just got to hope, of course, that there's no cheating happening with these Ender cars here today.
Yeah, a little bit of controversy in real life as far as Henning Motorsport goes. The last couple of weeks of penalties and appeals and rule changes to the appeals panel and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a heck of a week for NASCAR, especially with Hamlin right there checking up in front of his teammate at Bell again. That's the second or third time we've seen those two have contact in this race, but in that 2 car, almost got in the wall right there, but able to keep it clean. And one thing in the background, that's actually Eric Almirola attacking Ryan Blaney in the caution. First caution of the day is going to be out 14 laps in.
Eric Almirola, real life comes to the game. The weekly Almirola caution has flown in Bristol dirt, and here's a look. Almirola, your Atlanta winner. Contact with the 17. A busher goes around in the outside, while Bowman with a bit of a piece of it just about in the 12 as well. Gets a good chunk of that. Ryan Blaney involved. Byron, Truex, and others stay out, but the majority are going to come into the pit lane. 11 laps to go in stage 1. Both stages to open the race. 30 laps apiece. Now Chase Briscoe, well, Jay, we know Briscoe. He's got some dirt experience. He stayed out right there under caution to get himself some track position.
When we're talking about early season struggles for Kyle Busch, of course, the first time around it was an entire season of struggles. So far, Suarez, goodness, he gets that run like you talk about, and almost put himself in the wall right there, getting up to the 2-car Cindric. But anyways, Kyle Busch struggling again this year, but I think he's gonna turn it around faster than he did the last time, and not have that struggle last all the way through the season like he did in our season 1.
At Richmond. Oh, in the background, problems again. Cindric and Truex, and Harvick as well. Maybe gets a piece of it. Yes, he does. Elliott Palau. Oh, here we go.
Jesus.
The big one
strikes.
The medium one. Yeah, Arca breaks here, and as well. We still got cars tumbling.
Good Lord.
Look at this. Bubba Wallace gets some damage. Cody Ware as well, doing what he's tremendous at now as the caution's going to fly. And Mo Truex goes from a potential race-winning contender to now a bunch of trouble. The 16 of Allmendinger and the 9 of Chase Elliott, both blowing up. Here's a look. Martin Truex Jr. tangles with Austin Cindric right there. They just come together and around. Both of them go. Suarez barely gets through, but you can see other cars piling in. And watch this view. This 16 plows into the back of the 9. The 48 plows the 16. Other cars are going to start crossing in. Ready to go back racing. Kyle Larson, after pit stops and a bunch of drama there, we are back racing with Larson out in front. Jay, Chase Elliott, 4 laps down, still in the race, even after we saw smoke pouring out of the back of that number 9. He's way off the pace, we can already see. That is the point leader. Elliott, he's winless this season, but he's had a lot of speed, but he just hasn't been able to close out races. And, well, for the first time this season, he's going to be way out of the mix before we even get to the end of stage 2 or end of stage 1 in the background. Oh, the 2 teammates! The 45 and the 23 come together. 23-11 Racing meltdown now, and oh Jesus!
What's the 47 doing?
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. The caution's gonna fly again. We saw it live right there. We don't even need a replay on that one.
Up at the front, Gary, this 24 car, William Byron, continues to dominate this race so far, and looks really good right now. This is the best we've seen this 24 car for the season so far. Absolutely pulling away from the drivers behind him. Obviously, the second place car of Austin Cindric has damage, but. Or not second place car, but are in second, running ahead of our second place driver. There has some damage holding him up, and Keselowski almost gets in the wall too. But still,
that 41, as Jay mentions, flying too. Look at, he's up to 4th, putting pressure on the back of his teammate. But then you got this absolute mess right here. 3 wide battle. The 31 is off the lead lap, but the 54 and the 99 are not. They're battling for position, and good heavens, it gets close. In the background, there's cars slipping inside around Jay. This is basically, I would say, what the battle from 5th, 6th on back is absolutely fantastic right now.
And I'm not sure who is for what position because there's so many lap cars entangled in this whole thing. I'm pretty sure Truex is a lap down.
No, he's in 8th.
There's a lot going on. Oh my goodness, Truex is in 8th. You're right. Truex is in 8th. You're right. I was not looking at the leaderboard when I said that, but.
That 21 of Harrison Burton Hamlin now slides up the track as well, and but yeah, I mean, look at the front again. Now that the 41 is past the 2-car Keselowski, Byron has a clear track. Priest has a clear track. Let's wait and see the margin here. 3.68 seconds. Byron's going to come through to cross the line now, and we watch this 41 come through moments later. 3.68 now. It's going to be 3.81. So Byron stretches out that gap there. William Byron, your stage 2 winner. Very quick so far here today. Crosses the stripe to pull it off. And then you got the 14 of Paris there in second place. Stuart Haas Racing takes 2 of the top 3 positions. Keselowski, McDowell with a great effort. Busher, who needs stage points as well. Ty Gibbs cracks into the stage points too. Larson now pulls in as well. 41, ooh, a little slow there. And the 24 gets out no issues. And Jay, that 41's having big issues in the pit lane. Byron's biggest competitor.
Turned sideways in his box and losing a ton of spots. This 41 car, if he had any speed for Byron, he's going to need it right now, and he's also going to need the help of cautions too. He just lost a ton of spots in the pit lane with a little bit of lap traffic.
47 again. Oh my God, Logano.
And Logano's going to
and
follow
Blaney
him for some reason. And Blaney. Weird.
Penalties possibly.
Third and final stage.
Those could be penalties potentially. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Priest.
Oh my good
he's
heavens.
He's going to take it 4.
Yes, he is. I mean, he wants to go, I guess. And Truex barely scrapes through.
4 passes in one corner for the 20 or for the 41. Actually, no, 3 passes.
Into the top 10.
One of Harrison Burton on the top was able to fly around, but 3 passes in one corner for the 41. That car's flying. He's gonna get to the front.
Look at this battle for the lead. 24 on the top, 14 to the inside. Chase Briscoe hasn't had a great season so far, but with this 3 certainly helping him potentially get to the lead, he will be able to maybe lead his first laps of the season if he's able to complete this now. But they're still side by side. Byron getting held up behind the 3 and, well, sure enough, to the lead. The 41 is still moving forward, but he might have to worry about Kyle Larson as well, who's finding himself back into the mix here as these laps go on. But, I mean, at the same time, only 125 laps here in Bristol dirt. These guys don't have a lot of time to work with. That 5 car is going to have to get a move on with it, and, well, especially that 41 as well.
And shouldn't be no pit stops required in this third and final stage, so we shouldn't have. And Ryan Priest has gained a couple of tenths on our leader while also fighting through all this traffic. But those 2 are also fighting side by side. There goes Byron back to the lead. You saw the 14 of Briscoe slip up to the outside right there and slipped up all the way up towards the wall. Had no momentum, and that allowed Byron to get by easily that time. So Byron back into the lead. Gary, the 22 of Joey Logano goes, I think that's a 2nd or 3rd lap down for that 22 car. So 14 is suddenly falling off, and that time by when they cross the line, Larson lost time to the 24 of Byron.
And the 41 has moved into the top 5. Priest ahead of Suarez. That 41 is fast. He's now clear of the 51. And yellow flag on the track here in Bristol dirt. And it's, of all people, it's the 47 who's pitted 12, 13, 17, 19 times. And he's going to be the one that has to spice it up. Well, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. exiting the pit lane for the 19th time. Wrecks himself. Quite simple. And Ryan Blaney, wrong place, wrong time. Marco breaks into the side of the 47. Caution flies. Ross Chastain was the only driver that pitted on that yellow flag, so he goes from top 10 down to only 15th place as he remains on the lead lap. But still, Jay, we got some lap traffic in the equation here. Larson just needs to find a way to clear this 51.
And this might be a mistake for Priest to go up there, but he's got to find a way to get around him any way he can. But that time didn't work for him at all. Got to try and regroup. Actually, never mind. Has a run down the back straightaway. Got to the quarter panel of Larson and Gary. This 41 car up on the outside, the line you don't want to be in. He's faster than Kyle Larson almost.
That 41's got speed. It's simple as that. 41's quick car. The 17 all over the rear bumper. Buscher's had a heck of a rebound. Fell out of the top 10 a while back. Now he's back into the mix here for all of a sudden a shot at a top 5 as he needs it, being the second to last in the standings. And you can see the rest of the field continues to fade. Chastain's back into the pits. Have to wonder what's going on there. Doesn't look like much service to the car. Now he's exiting very quick there. Didn't even see tires lifted. And actually, There goes the 10 of Eric Almirola as well, as we wind down in these closing moments here. William Byron has just a few more laps around, 3 to go.
I thought for a moment he also was angling himself to towards the pit lane, and I was thinking maybe we had some late race pit
Is there
stops
fuel
happening
issues here?
The 78 also on the pit lane too,
Yes.
right there. Wood coming around to 2 laps to go, Gary. We're seeing a lot of cars suddenly enter the pit lane. 2 more laps around this time for William Byron. Do they have enough fuel to make it?
You have to wonder. The 41s. Oh, the 21. That's going to end it. Suarez, huge hit there for Suarez. The top 10 run for Suarez ends as a caution. Oh, Reddick again into the mix of things, and that's going to bring out the caution with 1 lap to go. They're going to race back to the line, and that means, well, oh my God, Suarez could have caused some huge issues right there, but that starts the final lap, which means we're going to end the race under yellow, and if that 24 can make it back, of course, because there's some traffic there, and he's got his teammate on the inside, and wow, there you have it. That's going to end it. Doesn't change anything in the long run. Byron was going to win. Looks like he has enough fuel. We definitely saw some drivers pitting, but Jay, nonetheless, the 24 Byron exits turn 4. He's going to pick up the victory here in Bristol Dirt. That 24, I would say, I mean, top 2, top 3 car for sure, but maybe not the best, but I mean, just had the track position, and it proved to be key here today.